Okay, so now we're going to work through the guided examples. So these are the next three. Here it says to find the factors of x squared plus 5x plus 4. And remember, we're going to take our coefficient in front of the x, which is 1 here. We're going to multiply it by 4, and we're going to get our magic number. And today it's positive 4. And now what we have to do is list our factors of 4. What two numbers multiply to 4? We have 1 and 4. 2 times 2. We also have -1 times -4 and -2 times -2. Those are the numbers that multiply to give us positive 4. Now our next step is going to be to add the numbers together to see which one is going to give us positive 5. That's the goal. Our goal is to figure out which one gives us positive 5. We found the numbers that multiply to 4. Now we have to see which one add to positive 5. 1 plus 4 is 5. So we know that's our answer, but just check the others. 2 plus 2 is 4. -1 plus -4 is -5. And -2 plus -2 is -4. So yes, we're going to use these two numbers. That's what breaks up two blue numbers, not the black one. I meant the purple one. The purple one's going to give us our positive 5, which we have here. All right, so I'm just going to rewrite it so it looks neater and we could group it better. So once you've figured out your two numbers that you're going to use, you're going to break up your 5x to 1x and 4x, and they're both positive, so we need to keep our plus signs. That's what these are, positive 4 and positive 1, okay? Bring down your x squared, bring down your 4, and it's a positive 4, so you have to bring it down. Your next step will be to group it. The whole point of this is to get it into a 4-term polynomial to group. So we're going to group it up. And once we group it, we divide out our GCF. The GCF between these two terms is x. So I'm left with x times x plus 1, because when you divide x out of each of those terms, that's what you're left with. And then here our GCF is 4, positive 4. So I'm going to put a plus 4 down here. When I divide out 4 from each of those terms, I'm going to be left with x, and then 4 divided by 4 is 1. Okay? So now we take our common factor, that x plus 1, that comes out in front. And then our leftover factors are what's going to go inside our other set of factors. So those are our answers, our two binomials that factor in from x squared plus 5x plus 4. But don't forget, you can also write it as x plus 4 times x plus 1. They both mean the same thing. They're both going to give you the same exact trinomial. Okay, pause the video. Make sure you got this down. On to the next one. Express x squared plus 7x as a product of two binomials. That's just a fancy way of saying break it up into its factors. Product means multiply. Two binomials look like this, and it should be two factors, okay? So what we're going to do now is we're going to look for, again, we're going to take our number, our coefficient, we're going to multiply it to that constant. 1 times 10 is 10. So we put down our magic number, positive 10 and positive 10. And then we're going to find our two factors, or find two numbers that multiply to 10. We have positive 1, positive 10, positive 2, and positive 5. Now what about the other positive 10 comes from -1 times -10 gives you positive 10, and -2 times -5 gives you positive 10. Okay, so now our goal is to find the sum of each of those. 1 plus 10 is 11. 2 plus 5 is 7. Now I can't fit equal signs in there, but just know that that's where those purple numbers are coming from. -1 plus -10 is -11. And -2 times, plus -5 is -7. Okay, so now we need to match it up to this coefficient. Which group here gave us a -7? And that would be here. Okay, so now we're going to separate it and make sure we can group it. Okay, so here we go. So we're going to rewrite it. I'm going to rewrite it neater. X squared minus 7x plus 10. Now I'm going to separate the 7x into those two numbers, negative 2x minus 5x, because those are the signs in front. Bring down my x squared, bring down my 10, and it's positive, so I need that sign there. And now we group it. Group up the first two terms, group up the second two terms, find the GCF that goes into x and 2x, x squared and 2x, which would just be x. So I'm going to take my x out. What's left over? X minus 2. And then I'm going to factor out the GCF from negative 5x and positive 10, which would be negative 5 and negative 5. And that negative 5 comes out front. What's left when I divide it out? I'm left with x minus 2. And then these two common factors get brought out front. So I get my x minus 2 down here. And then the leftover pieces go inside my other set of factors, x minus 5. Now, don't forget, you can always write it as x minus 5 times x minus 2. They both are okay. All right, so if you didn't get this down, make sure you copy it. Pause it if you need to. And then on to number 3. It says, which is a factor of that polynomial or that trinomial? So you have to understand they only gave us one of the factors. When we're factoring a trinomial, we'll have 2. So it's like a matching game. So we're still going to use our coefficient here is 1. It multiplies to positive 21. So our magic number is going to be 21. What two numbers multiply to give us 21? 1, 21, 3, and 7. Or we can have negative 1, negative 21 multiply to give you positive 21. And negative 3 times negative 7 also give us positive 21. Now we're going to add them to see which one give us our negative 10. So what's 1 plus 21? 22. 3 plus 7? 10. Negative 1 plus negative 22? Negative 22. Negative 3 plus negative 7? Negative 10. There's our group of numbers. So it's really important that you follow these steps in order to get the factoring correct. All right, now on to the grouping. I'm going to have to erase this because I don't have enough room. So now what we're going to do is we're going to rewrite it. X squared minus 10x plus 21. Now you guys just found out that negative 3 and negative 7 were our two factors. So we're going to break that up. And we're going to make it negative 3x and negative 7x. We bring down our 21. We bring down our x squared. And now we have a 4-term polynomial, which we can now group. The goal is to break it up, not to combine like terms again. So our common factor here is x. We're left with x times x minus 3. Our common factor here is negative 7. So we're left with negative 7 times x minus 3. So this is our common factor that gets brought out. I'm going to write it up here, x minus 3. And then our leftover factor was negative 7. So I'm going to write x minus 7 here. So now my goal is which one of these two is in our answer choices? Not that one. That one. Is it positive 3? Nope, it's negative 3. So there's our final answer. Okay, so there's lots of different ways they can ask you the same type of question, but just using different words. So make sure you're looking out for that. What you're going to do now is you're going to either practice some more and check your answers on the answer sheet, or you can go straight to the Google form. Okay, good luck. And tomorrow we are going to move on to different signs inside the parentheses, and then we're going to mix it up. Okay, good luck, guys.